Good morning, friends. Wouldn't it be wonderful if we could always know the consequences of our decisions before we make them? I think of a friend of mine who, a number of decades ago, was a young student in seminary, and he used every spare dime he had to buy books. A friend came along and said to him, you know, instead of buying all those books, there is a penny stock that I think if you got some of those, you maybe could get set for the rest of your life, because I think this little foreign firm is going to grow. Well, the penny stock actually was a dime a share, and he had enough money that he could have gotten probably at least 1,000 shares of that dime stock. But he thought, you know what, I don't know if anything's going to happen with that company. I think I'll just keep buying books, and so he kept buying books. A lifetime later, he looked behind him, and that stock, which had once sold for a dime a share, was Sony Corporation, then a struggling, immature Japanese firm on the American market, trying to get its foothold in the American system. If he had only known that the stock would someday not only double but quadruple and split again and split again, and his dime stock would have made him set for the rest of his life. But he didn't know the consequences of the decision that he was making, and therefore, in retrospect, he made the wrong choice. There are lots of decisions like that in life that we make that we look back later and we say, if I'd have just had more information at the time I made that choice, it would have been a lot better choice than it was. Well, there's one decision we can make in life that we always know will turn out well. The future will turn out well. It's the decision that Jesus presents to us, the book of Revelation, chapter 3, verse 20, where he tells us, "Behold, I stand at the door and knock." The picture is of Jesus on the outside of our lives, knocking on the door of our heart. He says, I stand at the door. I don't barge in. I don't crash into the room of your life. I'm a gentleman. I wait for you to respond. I wait for you to answer the door, because the door is only open from the inside. I never barge in from the outside. I stand at the door and knock. If anyone will open the door, I will come in and have fellowship with him or with her, and he or she with me. The invitation that Jesus makes to us is that although he is the Lord of glory and the creator of all things, he takes the humble position of someone who waits to be invited into our lives. And when we invite him into our lives, a marvelous transformation takes place in us. If the President of the United States or some important dignitary were outside your door today knocking, and you invited them in, you would be willing and wanting right away to tell all your neighbors the next day about who you had in your home. So it is when Jesus Christ comes into our heart, the single best decision we ever made, for it gives us life in the here and now, and his presence gives us life forevermore.